Well, hello there, everybody. A very warm welcome to Voice of the Goddess show on the Gift of Healing TV digital platform. We're delighted to see you here on solstice, 22nd of December, and we hope you are enjoying a wonderful day and not too busy, perhaps, on the run up to the Christmas festivities, if I can say that clearly. Anyway, I'm really excited tonight to be joined by a very good friend that I've met just in the last year or so, and I've gotten to know her very well. So before we meet Helen Wilson, I would like to just tell you a bit about her and read out her biography, because Helen is a folk singer, songwriter from Knutsford in Cheshire. And she has a history in the business as a backing vocalist. And then she decided to finally debut her own songs in 2014. And she's bringing an eclectic mix of beautiful folk songs with a spiritually uplifting message. And she is becoming sought after as a live artist at many local festivals and gatherings. She performs live, solo with guitar, and occasionally with a larger live band, and that must be a lot of fun, I guess. Rainbow of Colour is her signature track, and it showcases her lyrical skill and beautiful melodic writing. She really writes beautiful words. Her debut EP contains 5 tracks. And I might as well just tell you what they are. The first one is The Breeze. Second, Be Who You Are. Third, Golden Days. 4 is Tapestry. And 5 is Rainbow of Colour. And all of these songs are her original tracks. And here we go. This is the beautiful CD that I'm referring to. Her more stripped back album is currently being recorded, and her track Moonbeams offers a clearer picture of Helen as a solo artist. And that one can currently be found on SoundCloud, and that is https://soundcloud.com/. Helen Wilson songs. And you know, in 2015, Helen has been performing at many mind, body, and spirit events up and down the United Kingdom, along with a number of festivals, including Willowman and the Northern Green Gathering, where she received many positive reviews. So Helen has also performed at the Om Yoga event. That's the one in Manchester, I understand, a very good one too, and lots of Scottish festivals around Glasgow, Dundee, Edinburgh. So she's a busy, busy lady, what with writing all these songs, singing and performing, all of that. So I hope you will join me in extending a very warm welcome to Helen. Hello, Helen.
Hi, Patricia. Lovely to speak with you, and thank you for having me. It's really nice to be here.
It's a real joy to have you on here, Helen, and it's lovely to help people get to know you and your beautiful music a little better. And if we can do it this way, you know, all to the good. We just have to flag up, this is totally live. We're on the internet. And anything can happen. We just decided before we came on air, we're definitely going with the flow, because we're not putting in any plans, because you know who laughs at plans. So we're going with the flow here, and we're just hoping that your internet has the quality that's going to let you hear Helen at her best. However, having said all of that, she is available on her web and online on SoundCloud, as you hear. So you will find a way. But you know, Helen, having known this little while, and I guess when I first heard you sing, I heard you sing at Turnanog near here, and it was quite, Are We Going to Scarborough Fair, that kind of thing. Lovely folk songs, very light, just beautiful, kind of in the background. And I guess even during that time, since I first heard that, which would be probably early summer, and then
Yes, yeah.
coming along through that, things have changed quite a lot. So the lady you're presenting now has grown out of, I guess, something that's happened in your life with your voice, that suddenly you've decided, okay, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to show up. And I wondered, that's really where I would be coming from tonight, because you know me, I help people find their voices, and that I think people would find inspirational if they could hear your story and how you really found yourself.
Yes, okay. Well, a few years back, well, quite a long time, probably getting on for about 18, 19 years ago, I used to sing with a band in London. I did backing singing. And I lost my confidence. A partner very publicly humiliated me on stage, and it was horrifying, in front of 200 people. And what I allowed it to do, and I truly mean I allowed it, I don't blame him in any way, shape or form, I long ago forgave him it, but I allowed that to stop me from singing. And it was like I disconnected a part of me that's really, really important to me. Because as a child I sang all the time. I sang everywhere, all over the place, you know, and I just allowed it to completely stop me in my tracks. And around musicians all the time, around artists, around creative people, and this inability to let that voice back out again. It was like I'd want to, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. There was this inbuilt, innate fear that had grown, and as time had gone by, it grew bigger and bigger and bigger. And,
okay.
You know,
just let me come in there. It had gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, as a lot of these things do. And I know that that really affects then the quality of your voice and the confidence to bring it out at all. So that kind of exacerbates nerves and all of that kind of thing. But was there any single thing then that really shifted, changed, that allowed you then to let go of that block? And
yes, yes, absolutely. It was. I was at a camp. So quite often I go to camps. I have a big hippie bus. It's a big 3.5-ton van with my bed in it and my fridge and everything else. And I quite often just clear off and go places in it. And I absolutely love to do that. It's a joy, you know. And I've met some incredibly beautiful people along the way as a consequence. And I went in the van and I went to a camp called Rainbow Camp, which we're running in Derbyshire.
Oh, yes.
We're sat around a fire pit. There were lots and lots of people there, and it was very busy. Lots of musicians all sat around the fire. Really lovely atmosphere. And very gradually, one by one, everyone went away. They all stepped away until there was just myself and a man called Alan Cartwright, who was still sat there, who I didn't know at all at the time, and who just looked at me, and he all of a sudden just pointed at me and said, "When are you going to start using your voice again?" And I was horror struck, absolutely horror struck. It was like somebody had seen me, and it was horrifying, you know. And my first reaction was to go, "What do you mean?" And I got very defensive and got up and almost ran away, you know, in terror, ran away. And he just said, "Don't mess with me. You know exactly what I mean. It's what you're here to do, and come on, get on with it." And anyway, top and bottom of it, he invited me to go to chakra chanting that evening in the teepee with lots of other people. And I just said, "No, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. I don't want to sing. I'm not coming." But it's sown a little seed inside me again. That little seed of maybe it's possible. So I carried my little boy up there in my arms, and I carried him up the field to the teepee at the night, peeked in through the door, and it was full. Absolutely full of people, and I was just about to turn around and come away again when I heard this voice shout, "Oh, no, you don't. Come on, come in." And he basically sat me next to him in the teepee. And I was horrified, but I sat there and I stayed, and every impulse in me was to get up and go. Everything was to run. It was like fight or flight, it really was. And he very slowly coaxed me out with the chakra chanting, sort of gave me a little nudge in the ribs and a come on, you can do it, and lots and lots of words of encouragement, until I did. And I started to chant with other people. It was all with everybody else. And he basically made it his mission for the whole of that camp, which was a month, to get me singing. And I can't tell you how much I thank him for that gift. You know, I thank him from the bottom of my heart for that gift, because he gave me something back within myself that I'd forgotten about or that I'd denied. And it was just with love. It was given with love.
Amazing. It's almost as if he was the angel that kind of came in to give you that kick up the what's it, if you know what I mean, Helen, to get you back.
Well, what was funny, I spoke to him about it actually, because I saw him at another camp last year, and I'd not seen him for a very long time, and I saw him at the camp, and he didn't remember doing that. He didn't remember it. And I said to him, you know, perhaps you were being used by Spirit to actually make me do it.
Yes.
The last night at the camp, we sang at the cabaret night together, and there were about 100 people in the tent. It was full, and I was shaking. I'd been sick in the bushes 8 times beforehand. Was really shaking. Again, not wanting to do it, and I just thought, I knew inside myself that if I didn't do it there and then, I would never ever do it again. There was just this real sense of it's now or never. Either I jump off the edge and trust Spirit, or
but you know what, Helen,
I'm not going to do it again.
It reminds me of the Susan Jeffers book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, and really having the courage and the brave heart to do that as well. It takes a brave heart when you have been effectively silenced all those years. But what I was going to ask now is if you would like to demonstrate now for us and to share one of your beautiful songs, and perhaps tell us a little bit about what you're going to sing, and also your words are so powerful, so beautiful, so you can decide which one you're going to share.
Yeah, I'll do one called Always Now, and it is because whatever's gone on in your past, whatever's happened to you anywhere along the way, there's only one moment, and it's this one. It's the one that we're in, this now, this moment. So sometimes if you can just take the courage of your convictions in the moment that you're in, it changes your life. For me, that's what it's done. You know, I found something in myself again. So I shall play. I shall play this one. It's called Always Now. There are many miles between us, but we are all still one. Doesn't matter about your color or the road you think you're on. Doesn't matter if you're in a crowd that's 1,000 deep. We are all connected, and you are not alone. You can see the world in a grain of sand, the sun and the moon in a drop of dew, and the right time is now. It's always now. Did you know you existed before you were born? All the stars in the sky, they sat next to you. You are dancing light, a spark of love. You're the king, you're the queen, you're the jester. your laughter, your joy and your tears. You're a parachute seed as it floats on the breeze. You're an eagle soaring in flight. You can see the world in a grain of sand. The sun and the moon in a drop of dew, and the right time is now. It's always now. You're the ice on the mountain, and you're the space between. Put your ear to your heart and listen to the voice that's held within. Your words unspoken and words that are said, feelings felt and feelings shared. And if you think that you can, you surely will change your world. You can see the world in a grain of sand. The sun and the moon in a drop of dew, and the right time is now. It's always now. It's always now.
Oh, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Beautiful, beautiful words, and so true. You know, that is your truth coming out now. I was interested, Helen, to hear you speak about moonbeams. This is not one of your songs that's on that particular EP. I think it's coming out on the next one.
Next one, yeah.
Yeah,
it is the next one.
What inspired you to write Moonbeams? Tell us about it.
It was actually, my mum was dying, and you know, all my songs are channeled. I know they're my co-creation with God, my co-creation with the divine. Whatever label people want to put on God, divine, you know, for me, it's very much God, and it's my connection with God.
Yes.
And I asked for something that I could sing to my mum that would mean something to her as well, and give her some comfort. And there's a lyric in it that was very pertinent. It was basically, it's about love. The song is about love, and you know, obviously the love that you have with your mum is one of the strongest bonds, because you've grown inside that person, and no matter what happens in your life, there's always been that gift of life that's come to you through your mother. You know, so it's really, really important, and it was very important to me, because at times my mum and I didn't see eye to eye. But we got close. We got close before she passed away. And one of the lines is, "And when we get older and leave this place, the spark of you will shine in it all. And those living here will feel your soul as you sparkle in raindrops and beam from the sun. For love beats inside and outside, and love beats outside and inside of you." You know, and that, for me, I wanted to give her some comfort and to say, look, Mum, I know you're going to leave this plane. We'll still know you're there, and we'll still feel you. And I have. I felt her many times over.
Yes, yeah, that's lovely. That's beautiful. I was just going to say, you might let us hear that one just in a few minutes or so. Are you up? I know that you've got a bit of a cold going on.
I have. I've had a really terrible chest infection, but I can have a go.
Well, if that's okay, and just to remind everyone, we are on internet, but also perhaps it's nice to close your eyes, because then I think you really hear the beautiful words and, you know, the sentiment behind the song. Here we go, Helen.
I want you to know your beautiful heart is filled up with love right from the start. And if ever you're feeling like your heart's gonna break, remember this love, it'll give you the strength to go on. And the whispers inside you speak only of love. Can you hear the words? You're far more than you can conceive. You reach beyond stars, your galaxies, and you slide on moonbeams, and you stardust and dreams. Don't ever be afraid to speak from your heart. It won't ever lead you astray. You exist everywhere, in everything. You could catch the wind in your hand. And when we get older and leave this place, the spark of you will shine in it all, and those living here will feel your soul as you sparkle in rain and beam from the sun. For love beats outside and inside, and love beats inside and outside, and love beats outside and inside of you. In the breath that's your first and the breath that's your last, the beat it goes on forever. And I want you to know your beautiful heart is filled up with love right from the start. And if ever you're feeling like your heart's gonna break, remember this love, it'll give you the strength to go on.
Oh.
Very emotional one, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't apologise. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, very emotional, and I mean, obviously, I've lost my mum, and kind of it does bring memories back. But just beautiful. So I think we really have to thank this guy. What was his name again? The guy
Helen,
that.
right.
Yes, I do think we have to thank him. Yeah. For bringing you.
I'll thank him for the rest of my days. I'll thank him for the rest of my days for the gift he gave me back, because he gave me an energetic kick up the bum, you know, and it's what I needed. It was really what I needed, and you know, it got me off my bottom and it got me singing again, and I'm enjoying it. You know, I'm getting out and about and doing it, and it's ultimately it's doing what brings you joy. You know, and I sing. I mean, I sing every few weeks at the meetings that we have, because I'm part of a movement called Striding Truth, and it's basically the whole emphasis of it is on peace. And right now, it's very, very much needed, peace. You know, whatever differences we've got on this planet right now, we need peace, and then we can look at the differences afterwards.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Helen, and I know that you're a great activist in that area. And yep, we just need to keep bringing ourselves together, whether we're in the ether or singing together or whatever, to bring more peace and joy and love. But I would really like to thank you ever so much for giving up your time this evening. And I think I'm right in saying that everybody can go on your website. That's www.helenwilsonmusic.com. And I'm just going to put that up on the screen for everybody. And they will be able to watch what's happening there, Helen, and when you've launched that new one. Because it won't be long now, will it? When's that due out? No, I hope I haven't lost you. I think maybe I have.
I need to set them out, so.
Oh no, you're there. I just lost your picture for a moment.
No, I'm here. I'm still here. Hello.
Don't worry. No, that's good. You're still there. What did you say? Forgive me, I didn't catch that.
I was just saying, if people go onto my website, there's links to my Facebook page, there's links to SoundCloud, there's links to iTunes, so they can get the tracks off iTunes, they can buy them. If people prefer a hard copy CD, if they message me on Facebook, I can mail them out. The link to my Facebook is there, so they'll be able to message me quite easily. And obviously the tracks that are on the CD are me singing without a cold. So it sounds a lot better, I think.
Well, I'll tell you, did jolly well, cold and all. So thank you, and bless you. We hope you have a wonderful rest of solstice and a beautiful Christmas time with your family. And we wish you all the very best with that, Helen. And we will be seeing each other shortly. I know you'll be up in Scotland for various things. So that's just fabulous.
And I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's listened, and happy peaceful Christmas, I hope, to everybody.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. I'm just going to, you might be interested in this as well, Helen, but just to advise everybody that in a fortnight's time I will be interviewing David Samadi, who has been building those beautiful drums, and as he does, he infuses them with love and Reiki, and then he plays it so magically. I think you've probably heard him, Helen.
Oh, he's wonderful, definitely. People need to tune in, he's wonderful.
Yes, he is. So we're hoping you'll join us for that one.
Absolutely, count me in.
Okay, that's great. So we're just coming up to the very last few minutes. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have enjoyed, then please tell your friends. This actually goes up as a podcast on YouTube. And so you can view it, listen to it, and pass it along. And as I say, David is on the next show. I think you all know I'm a voice empowerment coach. If anybody wants any help finding their voice, finding their divine feminine within, and getting rid of all the blocks, etc., that's just precisely what I work on and can help you with. And I know that Helen's doing a lot of similar work down in her area. But we're keeping our fingers crossed you're coming to Scotland soon, is that right?
I am. I'll be back up in February for the Holistic Ways Festival, so yes, very soon.
Good, and you might be coming to live with us.
I might be, yes. I'm seriously thinking about moving up that way, yes.
Yep. Yes, so there we are. Scotland will be doubly graced with your voice tonight. So, CDs from Helen still available. I don't know if you'd get them out to folk for Christmas, but you can download through the SoundCloud situation. If you want to know more about me and the kind of work I'm doing, it's www.patriciairiskerins.com, and Gift of Healing is giftofhealingtv.com, and Sarah is our beautiful producer for this show this evening. So a big shout out for Sarah, and thank you, because she's been very quietly in the background there, just making sure all is well. And we did lose your picture at one point, Helen, but that was all. It came bouncing back. Obviously, as we have said, it's just down to the internet. But I think we've done very well, given it's live music and everything. So would you like to just say a final good night, and all have a wonderful Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year, 2016. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.